What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Motorfest. In today's video, I do have a pretty interesting topic. Now, I would probably say many people are most likely going to be numb to grinding, but I have been grinding many of these classes out recently, guys, basically for hours on end every single day, and I have been noticing a very interesting pattern with this. So, if you have been going after maxed out parts, you're most likely going to notice this problem as well, and that's going to come down to the fact that, well, if you are going after a maxed out set, guys, have you noticed something? It always comes down to coming down to basically one part that you cannot get, and it does seem like it's always going to be broken for that matter. Wait a second. Did I actually get a full loot digger set for this? Hold on one second. I actually think I managed to do that. That's kind of funny. Now, I do think many people are probably not going to find it very funny the fact that they most likely have been grinding for hours on end, and they cannot get the actual last part they are missing. For example, I am missing a Bucks part here in the Rally Raid class, which I haven't even gotten this, and I have done so many races, guys. I basically get everything I do not need. For example, I keep getting score breaker parts I will never basically use. I really didn't think about this that much though until last night, guys, because I have been grinding out different classes to go after the best sets. For example, I do have a Rally Scorebreaker set here, but the interesting thing though is, have you guys noticed with every class that you do grind out, you're always missing around one part to actually complete that said set? Every single time with each class in this game. Like, it's kind of odd, and I really did not notice this until last night when grinding out the power boats. It always seems to come down to that one part that you're going to be missing in basically every class that you cannot get. For example, guys, I have not gotten a score breaker for my boats yet, and it really is kind of getting pretty dang frustrating, but I have to admit though, I really do feel like a lot of people have been noticing this, and I also did see some comments in recent videos of people saying the exact same thing. So do let me know in the comments below, guys, are you having issues getting one part? To actually get a said set completed, I really do feel like that's the biggest issue. For example, you might be grinding for hours on end, and you manage to get, who knows, maybe almost every chemist part but one, and then for some odd reason it takes you 2 to 3 hours to get that last part every single time to get a set completed. Like, I really don't know why that is, but basically every class I have done so far, which I would even say I've basically had this issue with every class I have grinded so far. And funnily enough, guys, I am pretty dang close of having every single class done with a full chemist set, and I most likely am going to have the same problem like I currently am with the power boats. Now I have to do the planes next, which I really do think is probably going to have the exact same issue. Now, the biggest problem with this, though, is a lot of players are going after maxed out chemist parts. And one of the first thoughts about this is, well, let me go get a loot digger set, because that is probably going to help me get the other nitro chemist set and even maybe a scorebreaker set done. Well, it turns out, guys, even getting a maxed out loot digger is still going to be a challenge in itself. For example, I still have many of the classes in the game I do not even have a loot digger set for. I am also going to be missing one, even sometimes two parts for them, and I cannot get them at all every time I actually grind them out, so it is most likely going to come down to like an RNG issue. But I have been noticing many people talking about this though. Why is it always one part? And basically every class that you actually grind out, like, I do know some people might be like, well, you probably have bad RNG, or like, maybe you need to grind these classes out more. I pretty much only have a few more classes left in the entire game to have a full chemist set for each one, and I've also been going after a full score breaker for each one, which is also a challenge in itself. But funnily enough, guys, I have been basically getting both of them done, even before getting a full loot digger for many of them, which is probably odd, but I do think to this point I am going to say that the lucky perk is indeed broken. Even with a 170% boost on there, it is not working correctly. I am going to be making a separate video going over this, so do stay tuned for that, guys. But it really is going to be a weird pattern though, guys, because sometimes you can get insanely lucky and basically get almost every part, and then for some odd reason it takes you 2 to 3 hours to get that last one. I really do not know why it's actually like that, but maybe it might come down to like the perks not working correctly, or like, I would like to know your thoughts on this in the comments below though, guys. Like, are you having issues getting a full set done because you cannot get that one part? I actually saw a comment recently of someone saying they still do not have a full chemist set for the hypercars because they're missing one part to do so, and they have been grinding for almost 2 weeks to get that actual set done. But definitely let me know if you guys are experiencing, no, but definitely let me know if you guys are experiencing this exact same thing in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insight.